This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
And more as they go along here as the groove moves out just a little bit.
One car perhaps with some early trouble, the 12. That's Mark Bold from Sonoma, Washington. Smoke coming out of the back end of that automobile. First couple of laps on the board this afternoon at Phoenix. We'll go 186 trips around this 1 mile over today, 300 kilometers as we watch the 12 down into turn 1. It's as though he has got some serious trouble. Hey, Glenn Jarrett and Randy Pemberton, the NASCAR Featherlite Southwest Tour. It's been a good one so far. Elmo Langley brings the pace truck in. We're about ready to go, and Craig Rodman will lead him to green.
He's leading them down. His brother's now worked his way.
Whoa, trouble right away. We got cars in the wall as they come off the 4th turn. Bob Lyon piles in. Other cars getting involved. Sean Monroe gets through. The 5 of Germoni is there. The 82 car very much in the middle of that. That's Bill Hittner. He was in the hunt today as well. Bob Lyon heavily damaged. Scott Hansen stayed out of it.
I don't know how Scott Hansen made it through that hole there in the middle part of the racetrack. If he don't get hit right now, he's going to make it. Wow, I'm telling you, he went through a hole just big enough for the car to fit in, stopped the car, and did not get one fender bent or anything. Great.
It looks like he'll need to pick up some new parts. Let's take another look at this as they came to the start.
You can see this is a very narrow front straightaway. You see contact right there as they start. Watch these cars get up on the wall. You talk about very, very close there. Whoa.
Lyon and Hittner, the 82 and the 44, there was contact from one of the cars on the inside, and didn't pick out the number of the cars that came by, but a lot of carnage, a lot of fiberglass and bent front end parts. The 17 car very much involved there. Darrell Lamour from Glendale, Arizona. As we take another look here on the main straightaway, watch the camera here. We're going to lose a camera, I think, in this one.
Ow.
Good night. What happened just a moment ago to the 8 automobile, Ron Peterson's car, down in turn 1 and 2. Let's see what happened here, buddy.
You see Peterson there. He goes in, makes contact with McCowan as they go down in the corner. He's really battling this car. Great job of control there. Had he went back up in the racetrack, you can see he would have got all these cars that you see in the frame.
Nice. And we've got trouble on the racetrack. Couple of cars go around. The 03 automobile, Jim Pettit, one of the cars who spun up in turn 2. 2 or 3 cars involved up there. Looks like the 28 was involved as well. John Walsh there caught up in that. And we are under caution on lap 115 for the 4th time this afternoon. One car laying down huge smoke. It started.
Wow. Peterson just got down in there so hard and got into the back of Ken Peterson there with the 21 car. And boy, I mean, it just triggered a huge wreck there.
Ron Peterson in the 8. That's the 3rd time he has been in trouble in that part of the racetrack here this afternoon. Ken Peterson in the 21. Let's
fit, and he wanted to rent it right after the race, so I let him have it. And we brought this car here, and it's running just as good. They're both identical cars. But I hope Gary wins the race, because Gary's a good driver.
We've got trouble up in turn 3. A big crash. Couple of cars spin. One car backs into the wall and sheds much of its bodywork at the time. So we've got caution on the speedway once again. See the driver in there. He looks like he's okay, but fiberglass and sheet metal everywhere. That may be the 44 of Bob Lyon. Lyon had gotten mixed up in that wreck down on the main straightaway earlier that took out our speed camera, and they lost some of the bodywork off it at that point. There's the roof of Lyon's car. That was a violent hit. Let's show you again. This is down the backstretch into turn 3, and Lyon on the inside in the yellow car there. A couple of cars close to him, and they get pushed together.
Okay, on the outside there, the car that was trying to get an angle into the corner touched the white car and really moved him in the lines there. It was Mark Reed in 73 that come down, and Lyon had absolutely nothing to do, but a lot of times on the racetrack, you don't have to have anything to do with the wreck. It just happens like that.
So the 44, Bob Lyon, his 2nd trip into the wall. Not much change up front. Also still about 7 or 8 car lengths back. This is the battle for 3rd spot now, with 8 miles remaining here at Phoenix this afternoon.
You see Engel Brady will fall back about 5, 6 car lengths, will run right back up on Smith, but does not have the power to put him away yet. But he's really working well through the corner if he just gets one little shot there. But let me tell you, that 73 is coming on now. That's Mark Reed. He's doing quite a job.
Gets a good drive out of the fourth corner, and he'll make the pass on Englebright. So Mark Reed moves to fourth spot in the 73. We'll see if he's got anything for Gary Smith as they race out of 2 now.
What Reed will try to do is go on the inside of Smith, and if Englebright will get right on his back end when they start by, he can make that pass on Smith, but I don't think he has anything at all for Mark.
Reed down low. He's about the only driver of this group of 3 able to work that low side up in 3 and 4 as they move down the main straightaway. Mark Reed's going to make it by, so Mark Reed will pick up third spot now. Gary Smith pushes high in turn 2 there. Englebright closes right back in on him, but there's a change for third spot. Mark Reed takes over the position in that 73 car. He's from Bakersfield. He's done a nice job here this afternoon.
He hasn't got it yet. They're still fighting side by side as they go into turn 3 there. I'll tell you what, Smith is not just giving up on his spot at all. He's fighting back on the outside, gets tremendous shot down the front straightaway there. Pulls even as they head in turn 1.
Drivers getting the 5 to go signal from the flag stand here, and it's still Scott Hansen and Michael Alsop up front, a little bit ahead of this group of cars. Smith on the outside. Reed got a little crossed up there in 2, so Smith moves back by to reclaim third spot.
Well, I tell you what, all you have to do is get a little sideways like that, check up just for one. You can see he lost almost 4 car lengths there just by checking up that little brief moment.
182 miles of 186 complete. This is the battle again for third spot. Reed tries it again on the low side. He and Smith have been just hammer and tongs here the last 10 laps. Reed down low. Looks like he may get it this time, buddy.
Don't say that. They still have a lot of straightaway going back. Reed really pulled over just a little bit to really take care of that spot just then. Smith, I don't think, has the power to come back on him.
They'll come up to 3 laps to go this time by. This the battle for third, fourth, and fifth. Craig Rodman in the deuce watching this. Remember, Rodman is several laps down. Lost a lot of time on pit road earlier this afternoon. Scott Hansen with a half-second lead as we check in on the top 2 cars. Down the back straightaway, they'll get 2 to go this time. And here's Englebright in the 50 now moving by Smith. This is a race for fourth spot into turn 3.
This looks like a good 3-lap race if I know anything about racing. You see Englebright there really getting on the inside, but Smith's fighting back. He'll go down the front straightaway. He'll pull back even as we saw just a while ago. Smith's fighting everybody there, and that's what race car drivers are out there for. Put up the best fight they possibly can.
2 laps to go. The signal from the flag stand. This is now the battle for fourth spot. Smith trying to hang on over Englebright in the 50. Gary Smith in the red 79, Englebright in the green 50 car down into turn 3. White flag will wave for Scott Hansen this time by. Alsop is about 5 car lengths back, but I don't think he's going to have enough. Scott Hansen is going to have played his cards perfectly this afternoon, it looks like, Buddy Baker.
Scott Hansen running a very, very good line through the corner. You see him coming off the back end of the car, is very straight. Also doing everything he can, but I don't know that I would even want to chase that guy, and I'm sure right now that Alsop would go. If he just slipped one time, but I got to tell you, that don't happen much with that 53 car.
Scott Hansen comes out of turn 4. He'll come to the line and win his third 300-kilometer event here at Phoenix in the last couple of years. Here's the battle for fourth spot, and it'll be the 79 car. It'll be Gary Smith taking fourth spot behind Reed, Alsop, and your winner, Scott Hansen. Well, now we know who was telling the truth after that last round of pit stops.
Well, Hansen really drove a great race there, and he did what he had to do to win. And that's all a race car driver's supposed to do. Take a good car, manage it well, balance it well, tell the guys what to do. Good crew, good driver, and anywhere you see this 53 show up, you can just about bet that he's going to be in the top 5.
Scott Hansen wins his second consecutive 300-kilometer event for the NASCAR Featherlite Southwest Tour here at Phoenix in the fall. His third in 4 tries. Played his pit stop strategy perfectly. Michael Alsop did a great job as well. The pole sitter comes back to finish second today. So Scott Hansen's the winner at Phoenix this afternoon. We'll come back and talk to the winner in Victory Lane right after this.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports, spanning the globe to bring you the biggest of...
As the leader in sports television.